it going, Sha?
What's the goods go?
I guess okay. I mean,
Hey, bro.
considering, I guess okay. How are you?
I'm good. I'm good. We have been really into soccer at my house the last couple of days.
Oh yeah?
Real surprising because very, very late turn of events. Um, we found out that there's like CONCACAF, I think is how you pronounce it. It's like a soccer tournament mostly based on the Americas. And it's like a precursor to next year's World Cup.
Okay. Okay.
For the first time ever, because they're finally decent, the Dominican Republic got invited.
Oh, okay.
So they playing, and in the first game, they lost. To be clear, I don't want to let's not lie here. Now we
Okay.
still lost.
All
It's
right.
not our game. We learning,
Uh-huh.
but you know what I mean. But we were playing Mexico, who's like
Mhm.
the king of the throne over here.
Right.
You know what I mean? And it was a good game. It was like 3-2.
Mhm.
The whole Twitter feed was like people like either complimenting DR, they're like, yo, incredible game, didn't expect this from the Dominican team, or people saying, oh my God, what is going on in Mexico? Like, they should not be this close to
Oh,
this
right,
team. Like,
right.
it was catastrophic news in that country. Hey, like, there's like literally they could have been an earthquake, and like, yeah. But like, are you seeing this match? They're getting real talk. Mexicans was concerned, like, yo, this
Mhm.
is crazy work. But yeah, it was dope because like uh it's not a sport I can normally take part in. You know,
Okay. Okay.
I was excited I tried to buy a jersey. It's a very slim person sport, very little person sport. They don't
Yeah,
do a
yeah,
lot of
they
5X's. Uh
yeah, not even their goalies are that big. Yes,
nah, they might
true.
be kind of tall, but they still my height. They just dare people tall.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
know what I
they
mean?
are running a lot, to be fair.
Fair, yeah, real talk. I get it.
Yeah.
So I was like, yo, like this, but I want to cheer. I want to be a part of it. So I'm excited. There is a little bit of tension because at the time of the recording, we will be 5 hours away from Costa Rica versus Dominican Republic. There's gonna be
Oh,
turmoil in my house.
okay, alright.
You know what I mean? Me versus Gabby. The kids got to choose sides. I told them, I was like, I know you love us both, but not today. Today you will pick a side. You got to be one or the
Okay.
other. Costa Rica won their first match. I don't know who they played, but they're consistently pretty good. So they're a solid team. Aiden's cheating, as he's mentioned before, and I've mentioned here. He's not gonna say who he's repping because he knows all three teams, America, Costa Rica, DR, wear the same colors. So you can't tell who he's cheering for.
So he just has the colors on,
Real talk. He's like,
like
I'm gonna have
but not
red,
in a
white, and blue.
particular way, just like
That's it. He's like,
wow.
you won't know. Low key, the uniforms almost look the same in my opinion. I don't know who's who. The
Right.
only reason I know one is because they decide before the game, okay, you wear your whites. But
Right,
like
yeah,
outside of
yeah, they
that, they're
have
the
to
same three colors.
yeah.
But I'm excited. It's gonna be dope. I'm cheering for this
Are
game.
you where are the games happening?
My understanding is all in the Americas. So they're not
Okay.
like in New York. Like if it was local, I think I would have gone to this one.
Right, right. Okay, so then these are all, like, games that are they, like, maybe happening in the same places that World Cup games would happen?
Yeah, like they're like serious. They're like in major stadiums. And my understanding is because the other reason they're getting a lot of attention is because these are the last set of open seats for the Olympics. So like
Oh,
I mean
okay.
for the World Cup, pardon me. So like they're doing group play just like they do in the World Cup, and the winning two teams from each group get to go. Unfortunately, like we're in a group with like Mexico and like another like God body squad. So like
Sure.
we're not doing that.
No, right.
Um, but I was like, yo, this could happen. Um, but yeah, it's just cool. Like I was like, yo, we're here. Like just for I know people don't understand the excitement of it. I'm gonna explain. This is what gives it context.
Mhm.
There are 195 countries. Two of them are technically not, but like 193 plus DC and the Vatican. So
Okay.
193 and those 2 cities are all the recognized countries in the United Nations.
Okay.
Okay, there are, I believe, 211 total teams that are part of FIFA, and it's made up of mostly those 193 countries plus like other sovereign states that like Palestine, Israel, things like that, where like
Right.
you have some issues and they have their reasons for being recognized separately.
Sure. That's
Um
the loveliest way that you could have put that.
real talk, I was like,
They have their issues.
real talk, I was like, yo, I love
Just
that, like they're like,
trying
yo,
to be
like I'll
recognized.
yeah. But yeah, there's 211 FIFA teams.
Mhm.
The Dominican Republic, best season ever, ranked 93.
Oh, good
Real
for
talk.
them.
Best season
Okay.
ever. They're like, yo, everything went perfect.
Right.
They ranked 93.
Okay.
Okay. There are 32 teams that make the World Cup. So
Right.
like their best season ever, they were still 2 full degrees away of qualifying
Right. Yeah.
and mind you, on a non-World Cup year. Because like a World Cup year, like everybody actually like, all right, we got really bring it.
Right.
During a World Cup year, they have never ranked over 120.
Okay.
Okay. I have never seen them personally over 160.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so 93 is good.
Real talk, 93 was exceptional. And that
Mhm.
was 13 years ago
Okay.
when
Alright.
they were
Well,
93.
alright.
Okay. So now things we moving, we going forward. You know what I
Okay.
mean? This might lead to a new ranking during the next year's rankings.
Hmm.
So it's exciting. Like we qualifying in the sport. And I've been pushing for this. I'm not a soccer fan, but as a Dominican dude who goes home and watches the ingenuity of what being poor and dreaming does. I watch these
Uh-huh.
kids play baseball. They make gloves out of like old milk cartons.
Right.
You know what I mean? They literally like hit baseball, they hit bottle caps for practice. You know what I mean? I've seen these people do this, and I'm like, yo, uh, practicing soccer is way cheaper than all this. Like, you just need the ball. That's it.
Right, right,
All these, you gotta make a bat, you gotta make a ball, you gotta make a glove. You
right.
know what I mean? You can't tell me the field, same field. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So and you could practice soccer by yourself. You can't really practice baseball by yourself for the most part. You know what I
Right.
mean?
Yes, yes, I can see
So I'm
that.
like, there's certain skills you could do that solo. So there's a lot.
Alright.
I'm like, yo, we should be big on this. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
So I'm excited. I'm like, it's a movement. It's starting. We've been creeping into the other sports. You know what I mean? We got a couple basketball players. Shout outs to
Okay.
Al Horford, Carl Anthony Towns. You know
Oh,
what I
are
mean?
they Dominican?
They Dominican.
Oh.
Real talk. We
Al
out here.
Horsford is?
Al Horford. Straight. You haven't heard him talk.
No, you right.
Real talk.
You right. I
Let Al Horford say some shit. You're like, oh, okay, he one of mine. For real. Okay. It's different.
Okay, yeah, yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And then we won some Olympic medals in track.
Right,
You know
right.
what I mean? We've been doing it. So that shows me we got running. We already know we could do the running.
Well, sure.
You know what I mean? So let's do that and just put a ball in the front.
I
And we
mean,
here.
yeah, there's yes. I see what you mean.
You
Yes,
know?
okay.
I see the vision already. You know what I mean?
Right, right,
And
yeah.
again, to be clear, we're probably another 30 years away from being
Okay.
relevant.
Alright.
But I
But
like
you're
this. It's
you're
exciting.
moving in the right direction.
Real talk.
How did this even come to your attention?
Sure. About 2 years ago, my homie Goku, one of my homies from high school, he is a big soccer fan, and he was visiting New York. He invited me to a soccer match at MetLife Stadium.
Okay.
First time ever seeing soccer live.
Mhm.
I did not know either team. They were a big deal from what I understand. Like everyone else was like, "Oh, yo, you seeing like the best teams." It was like but to be clear, I don't follow soccer, so I didn't know who these teams were.
Okay.
But it was like I think it was like Manchester, like those type of teams.
Like British teams?
Yeah, like the real squads.
W
You know what I
Did
mean?
they where was this? In
At
America?
MetLife, they were doing like
Oh, like an exhibition?
a exhibition match. So
So it was
like,
like okay, so it was like Man U and someone?
yeah, and like the other team was like another big team like that.
Like
So like,
Arsenal or
yeah, like
Liverpool?
shit like that. Like I
Okay.
showed up regular, and people were like on 100. Like everybody was hyped.
Wait, did we have our podcast at that time?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, you may have discussed this.
Yeah. So like I went there and like to be clear, didn't know the sport,
Right.
didn't know the teams. Best sporting experience of my life.
Yeah, they get down.
100%. I was blown away. Literally, my only complaint is they turn up so much that I literally did not sit the whole freaking game. My feet was shot.
Yeah,
That was
okay.
it. My only complaint. They are so lot. Like we my Goku had the plug, got me
Mhm.
seats. I think I was like the 12th row from the field goal post.
Oh, okay.
Like I was dope seats.
Right.
And I was like, oh, this is great. I can see the game. I had the cushiony seat.
Uh-huh.
We never used it. Them dudes, they got chants and songs the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
It is ongoing the whole night. I can't stress 90 minutes of
Yes.
songs.
Yeah.
Real
And
talk.
there's no performance in the middle. There's
No
no
perform. Yo,
mm-mm.
90 minutes straight. They got it. It's
Right.
adjustable. They call audibles,
Right.
depending on who got the ball. It's brilliant.
Right.
So I'm excited because I'm like, yo, this is British people. You bring this shit to DR, yo, we gonna do next level shit. We gonna have, you know
Well,
what I mean?
I mean, they're British teams, but the people playing are probably all Brazilian or some shit. Like it's they're probably from you know what I mean? Like it's a whole thing. They're probably all African or Brazilian, the people playing. But um yeah, okay. All right, all right, all right. Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
I got adopted. I'm officially a Man U fan.
Oh
Um,
wow. Oh
you know what I mean?
wow. Okay.
I'm out here.
This
You know what
is
I mean?
news. That's
It's
definitely
real talk. I don't know who's on the team, but you my team.
right. Well, that's
Okay.
good. I mean, that's interesting. That's good. That's good. I don't until I marry or sleep with a person who has a preference. I'm out here. I'm just floating through. But if I end up, you know, if I sleep with someone who's an Arsenal guy, then I guess I'm an Arsenal guy. You know, I
Yo.
don't. It's, who cares? But
I'm
I care. But also, who cares? It's fine. I don't need a. I don't even really need a team.
nah, you need. I think that's part of it because you got to be able to sing along. Like, in fact, and I know it was Arsenal we were
It's
playing.
literally 2 songs. It's either going to be Seven Nation Army.
Okay.
Oh, 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 right? That's
Right.
one
That
of
was
them.
in there. That was in
Yep,
there.
that was in there. Or it's gonna be, oh, 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 that's it. That's
That
all you
shot.
need.
But
Those are
they
the
do shit
ones?
talking too. They was like, uh, same old Arsenal, always cheating. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, they get personal. Real talk.
Look, I don't think it is serious. It's so
Yo,
serious. Let's see who there are actors that I love that are Arsenal people. Daniel Kaluuya
okay.
is Arsenal,
Oh
and
shit.
Nicholas Galitzine is Arsenal. John Oliver is Liverpool because that's where he's from, and
Oh.
I think they. You can correct me if I'm wrong, but I feel like they kind of normally suck until kind of recently. Uh, and he's been going through it. I
Oh man.
I can't think of a celebrity like in America. I can't think of a Man U like a celebrity Man U. I can't remember who that might be. But I mean, you know, I that's great that you are getting into soccer.
Real talk. We out here. Man, you
That's nice.
Dominican Republic. You
I
know what I mean? Taking over.
I went to a basketball game last night.
Yo, I saw that. I was so
Yeah.
happy. Real talk.
Went with, Courtney Farrington.
Hell
He
yeah.
was like, "Co Hey, you trying to go to this Liberty game with me?" And I was like, "Yeah, sure." I had not been to a New York Liberty game. Um, and so, you know, we went and, we got into the seats, which were very good seats.
Hell yeah.
And, and then they start playing, and they're playing the Atlanta Dream. And I went, "Oh, we're playing the Atlanta Dream." And Courtney's like, "Why do you think I asked you if you wanted to come?" And I'm just like, "Dude, I don't keep up with who's playing who. Like, what do you just assume I know when the Dream is playing? Come on."
Oh man.
So that was the first surprise. Um and of course we ran into Carmen Lagala, who is
Oh,
another
rock on.
comedian, New York comedian.
Yeah.
And she is very serious about the liberty. She plays basketball, like,
Oh, rock
with all
on.
the, comics. She plays with them, like, fairly regularly, and she
Yeah.
is very serious about that WNBA. She does not play with that shit. So,
Rock
seeing her
on.
there, I was just like, "Yep, nope, we're in the right place." And, so the first surprise was, "Oh, we're playing the Atlanta Dream," but I'm seated in an area where it's a lot of, like, season tickets, so everybody there first off, everybody was decked out, like, decked out.
That's
Either
what's
in,
up.
like, Liberty shit, like, they are not playing around. They were all in Liberty stuff, lots of kids, everybody in it, or they were just in heels, like, dressed like women
That's
dressed up.
beautiful.
And I'm like, "Oh, wow, this she got her whole back out. Okay, blah, blah, blah." You know? And then, apparently Brittany, Griner
Yeah.
plays for the Atlanta Dream now.
Huh.
I did not know that. So I was like, "Brittany Griner? That girl." My first thought was, "Man, that dude is tall. She looks just like Brittany Griner." I got everything confused. I was like, "Yo, that tall ass dude looks like Brittany Griner." And then I was like, "Oh wait, that probably is Brittany Griner Shalewa because this is WNBA."
Real talk.
And then they said her name and I went, "Well, I'll be damned." And I'm trying to enjoy the game, but then I'm texting my sister like, "Did when did Brittany Griner start playing for the Dream?" And my sister's like, "She what now?" And I went, "You know what? Okay. This was the wrong text thread." I had to go to my girlfriends who follow sports shit. And I was like, "When did Brittany Griner join the Dream?" And someone wrote back immediately, "Oh, that started this season." I'm like, "Okay, great." So I'm not going crazy.
Ah.
Like this hadn't been happening for years and years. It just
Nah, this
started.
new.
Okay,
Yeah.
great. Um, but yeah, the celebrities were because this is all the stuff I noticed. The celebrities were there's a chef, maybe he's a celebrity chef, I guess. A young black man. His first name is Kwame, I think. I don't know
Okay.
if he's been on a show or something, but he's
Was
I
that a
guess
rapper? Kwame?
no, no, not like but it's spelled like that. KW wait, yeah, KWEME maybe?
Okay. Kwame on Wauchi, I
Yes,
think.
that's it. Because I knew that last I didn't even see all the letters in the last name, but I was like, "Oh, he's a chef." And Courtney was like, "Oh, yeah, he's well known, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, "Oh, wait, did he have something in DC?" And Courtney said, "Yes," because Courtney's from DC.
Huh.
And I'm like, "Oh, I remember reading about him in, like, the New York Times or something." John Turturro was there.
Yo.
That was exciting. Amy Poehler was there,
Rock
which
on.
I forgot. I think I found out kinda recently that she's also serious about the New York Liberty. Um, uh, Musician Michelle Ndegeocello was there, who I
Okay.
saw her walking around Barclay Center, like, just wandering around. Like, I was walking and she was just kinda meandering around, and I was like, "Was that Michelle Ndegeocello?" Um and I said, "Well, I mean, if she's gonna be down here, I'm assuming it's for the game." And sure enough, they put her up on the screen. Um, yeah, and then most importantly, Ellie, the mascot.
Yo.
That bitch, look, first off, she did a solo number to the song "Blow" by Beyonce, and I'm like, children are here. That
Yo.
literally, the lyrics of that are just like, "Can you lick the skittle in the middle?" or some shit. And I'm like, "Yo, children, hey, slow down." Oh my god.
Yo.
It was a lot. I mean, I love her, don't get me wrong, I was starstruck. but she be doing a lot.
Calm down, Ellie.
I
Okay.
know. And then, she's got 2 dudes who are like her handlers, I guess. And there are times where she, I guess, is trying to go somewhere and they're trying to stop her and she not talking. Like there are these little mini plays that they're just doing in the stands if you're just watching her constantly, where she's presumably saying, I'm gonna go wherever I want to. And they're like, but you can't go over there. And then she does anyway. And I'm like, what is this Shakespearean shit that we got going on with Ellie in the stands?
Real talk, yo, go. What do you go to the Liberty game for? Is the Ellie interpretation of Othello?
I know.
Brilliant.
It's so
You know
much.
what I mean?
But the reason I mentioned all this is because there was a team there in a box or something, Gotham FC, and I think uh it's the women's soccer league.
Hell yeah.
So it's let's see.
Yeah,
Gotham,
you're right.
yeah, it's American professional soccer team based in the New York metropolitan area in the National Women's Soccer League. Um yeah, so they were there.
Rock on.
Yeah, so at first I was like, "Wait, is that who y'all saw?" When you said you saw soccer, I was like, "Oh, I wonder if it was that league." It was not clearly, but
No. I want
yeah,
to see the.
they were just out there watching.
I'm real talk. I don't think enough people like. I'm big. I'm obviously like. I mean, I'm literally wearing a Yankee fan. I'm
Right.
big on like the major sports. Not enough people like give uh more like niche sports or a little. I as a I sound super New York American. I'm literally calling soccer a niche sport,
Well, look,
but
man, I saw a tweet. There was a whole very long discussion on Twitter maybe 2 weeks ago because someone tweeted out, or maybe longer because it was after the Knicks lost their chance to be in the finals, I guess.
okay,
Um, and someone tweeted out, "Wow, so New York doesn't have any championship teams at all?" And people were like, "The New York Liberty won a chip last year."
yeah,
And they were just like, "Ah, that's WNBA." And I'm like, "Um, yeah, but last year was the year." I mean, not that people haven't paid attention, but
right.
last year was like a tipping point for them
I agree.
for the WNBA where people were really paying attention and they won the championship for that season.
Yeah,
Kinda counts. Also, I mean, judging by the store, the Liberty shit and people, like,
yo, it's
decked
popping.
out and buying more? I mean, my god. I was like, "Yo, y'all are
They doing it.
serious."
I,
Yeah, like, it truly matters.
Yo, real talk. I think it's awesome. I think I know it reminds me of comedy in the sense that like, yo, you could be a fan of like someone doing pretty well as a professional athlete just because they ain't making LeBron money or they not on like a billboard like that. That don't mean
Right.
they ain't dope and that they don't provide that same level of enjoyment to you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm into this. My boy Mark has been trying to get me to go to some like independent like wrestling events where like
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like
I bet those are
WWE like that.
interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, he goes to like it's his shit. He's like, yeah, like I like the main stuff is cool too. I'll go to whatever like WWE's like
Oh, the
major
WrestleMania or
yeah like
whatever?
stuff. He still goes to those too, but like he'll go on like a Tuesday and watch like 40 him and like 40 people just like watch two dudes fuck each other up in a church hall. You
Right?
know what I mean? And like he's like, yo, it's crazy. You know what I mean? And I'm like,
It's
what? Like that don't
it's
even sound legal.
it's
Uh
crazy, but it's also like, that's where they're farming from.
yeah, he's like, you because I see them first. He's like, I see like younger talent. They're doing more experimental stuff because they got like they're trying to impress people.
Mhm.
The storylines are wilder.
Yeah,
This, you know what I mean? And then also like if you're a real fan of like an OG, the OGs, like they don't just disappear, they work their way back down. You know what
right.
I mean? But now they're like the star attraction of like a smaller league. So
Yeah.
like you got more access to like a dude that like you're a big fan of. So he's like, yeah, like everybody like he's like with you, he's like, everybody talking about like Kevin Hart and like Chris Rock, but like you like a niche comic, you know what I
Mhm.
mean? That you like because you're into comedy. He's like, I got that for this. I got people that like, yeah, he ain't Hulk Hogan, but I fuck with him because I'm real big into this.
Right,
And
right,
now I
right.
could pay $20 and see this dude and take a picture with him. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
He's like, it's kind of dope. I don't think, you giving it a shot. So I was like, yo, I'm gonna go with him to one of these like weird side events. I'm excited. It's gonna be a thing.
Yeah, I think you'll be surprised how many comedians will be in the audience.
Word. Real
So
talk.
so many of them. But yeah, so wow, wow. We really covered a lot of sports here today.
You ain't know this is the pivot. This is the new podcast right here, yo.
No, this is all I got. I am literally just gonna talk about Ellie from this point on, you know?
This is all Shalewa's sports
I truly only
convo.
perked up when the dance teams came out. So when the old people came out to dance.
Real talk. So I was excited, right? Because I saw it on the stories.
Uh-huh.
And like instantly, two things stood out to me. One, first picture you posted was just you and the homies, not
Right.
the game. It was like I saw you, Courtney, my boy Kofi.
Yeah,
I'm like,
Kofi was behind us, so when we turned around to leave, he was, like, rose up and still didn't see us, and so we had to, like, flag him down.
it's awesome. I was like, this is beautiful. You know what I mean? And then the next was the elephant. I saw Ellie like just dancing. I'm like, I don't know if Shot. I think Shot just went to chill.
I mean, ultimately, because I mean, not that, I wanted to see a game and I enjoy going to, but yeah, when I told Courtney, I haven't seen a Liberty game, and he was like, "Didn't we go to one?" And I was like, "No, that was the Nets." And we were so high up in the rafters
Real
that I
talk.
literally was just, like, wiping my fingers on the jerseys. When I got popcorn grease on my finger, I was just wiping them on the jerseys, we were so high up.
Nah, that's
Um,
fire. And I
yeah,
promise you, like people sleeping, like that game when you watching peak people compete at anything. If
yeah.
it's the peak of that sport, it is dope to watch in person.
Yeah, and it's interesting to see, like, I know nothing. I know a few names. So I knew the name of who the big person was for the Liberty. But then someone came out and I was like, "Oh, who's Scrappy Doo over here? This this bitch is she's doing a lot. She's real scrappy with her movements." And then we go back into the shop with all the stuff. Yeah, Cloud is her
Okay,
name.
okay. Shouts to
And her
Cloud, yo.
number is 9, so Cloud 9, and I was like,
Ah,
"Oh, wow, wow, we really thought this through," but she's scrappy as fuck, and
Cloud Nine
and
out
I
here,
woulda
baby.
I considered getting a T-shirt, but I don't like their colors.
I'm sure they got alternates. We'll get something else out
No,
there for you. No?
no, everything is in like that because it's the color of the, Statue of Liberty, so it's like that kinda green
Ah.
color, and I don't that's what I'm very particular about my shades of green, and that's one of my least favorite shades of green. And there's so much of it, and I was just like, "I can't do this." I mean, they tried to smooth it out with a little, like, goldish tan thing, which I guess is
Okay.
what color the bronze, of the Statue of Liberty also maybe that's where the I don't know, but I was just like, "Look, I'll just wear all black for y'all. How about that? Can I just continue to wear black and white and be at the Barclays Center? Can we just do it that way?"
That's
But
it. It works.
yeah, and it's also so funny how Barclays Center, they'd have pictures of players outside along the man, I walked by Barclays not that long ago, and they had, like, Brooklyn Nets stuff up, and I was like, "Oh, yeah, I remember the Brooklyn Nets." Man, what happened? Where'd they go?
We struggling,
Boy.
baby.
Yeah.
Real talk. I'm telling you, I'm gonna start a show where like I want to live report Brooklyn Net games from the stadium. I want to become their Spike Lee, but I want to sit in the worst seat. Like instead of courtside, I want to have the furthest up they have
Right.
and like slow and like invite people to come with me. That's what I want the show to be.
Oh, okay.
Real
Alright.
talk. Whatever's your like they got like a $8 seat behind a pole. Give me
Great.
two of them joints. I'm gonna just invite somebody outside. Yo, let's go watch this game. I got you. Real talk, yo. I think it'll be a thing. I'm gonna hit them up actually. Somebody, yo, anybody know somebody at the Nets? Real talk. Put me in
Yeah,
touch.
that's doable.
Real spit.
Absolutely.
I genuinely
Everybody
want to do that. I'm a fan.
everybody knows someone who works
Yeah,
somewhere at
yo.
Barclay for
I,
one of
I
the
want to go to
teams.
the games. I want to. I literally want that to be the thing. I want to be in front of the Barclays before the game. Say, yo, I got tickets. You want to come? It's free.
I mean, now that they stink, I think you could get season tickets for very cheap.
Real
I mean,
talk.
that's what my old roommate Joel, that's what he did. I remember him buying he got Nets season tickets when nobody really cared. And
Yo,
he was at those games all the time.
I'm all in, baby. I'm all in. Let's do it. It's our time. You
Oh
know what I mean?
boy.
Let's get into the news.
Okay.
Kicking us off. Ex-postal carrier stole $30,000 in checks from a New Jersey delivery route. That's right.
Ooh.
Former U.S. postal mail carrier is facing federal charges, accusing him of stealing $30,000 in checks from mail on his delivery route. Jordan Harrison, 28, of Sewell, who worked as a mail carrier at the Sewell post office, is also accused of stealing and selling arrow keys, according to the U.S. Attorney's Office in Jersey. Those keys provide access to collection mailboxes, cluster box units, and apartment panels. Harrison's attorney declined the request for comment. The
Yeah, you
thefts
think?
occurred.
Yeah, keep your mouth shut. Everybody related to you, keep your mouth shut.
Real talk. Even if you're innocent, still shut up.
Shut
Real
up.
talk. Don't talk. The crimes occurred between February and July of 2024, according to the federal court documents. Sewell's post office failed to follow protocol for tracking arrow keys at the time of the theft, according to Frank Bollinger, an official for the American Postal Workers Union. Sewell's post office declined the request to comment, citing
Yeah.
the ongoing investigation.
Everybody keep it quiet. The dude, his family, the post office, anyone related
Yo,
to all the post offices in the area, everyone in
yo,
that zip code, everybody shut it down.
real talk. When like your job is like, yo, you stole something, but like we in trouble too. So like we
Right.
don't be
Yeah.
quiet with you. That's
Yeah, because
different.
we were supposed to be checking up on that kind of thing. Well,
Uh-huh.
here's what this is a thing. Okay. Yeah. Those mailboxes where they're the cluster ones for like a series of buildings on a block, and they have like maybe 4 of them on the block, and there are like 8 to 10 little boxes.
Yeah.
I hate those shits.
Yo, me too.
I hate them so much.
I feel vulnerable if my man went in there, yo.
Like, and you just have to know which one, like, is your I don't like, I'm like, you can't just attach it to the building itself?
Yeah.
It's too far away. My mail's too far away. And I just
I had that for 2 years in Bushwick. And I'm like, yo, like I get shit bigger than this.
Right,
You know what I mean? And
right.
like not even like big shit, like magazines. You
Yes.
get 2 magazines the same day, that shit is jammed.
Yeah, they're like, "Return to sender. We can't do
Real
it."
talk.
Yeah, because I mean, and also I'm in what is basically like a townhouse, right?
Right.
So, uh, the main residence is like a two-story townhouse, and then I'm the garden apartment, like the basement
Right.
apartment, but there are no apartment numbers, even though it's clear that this isn't like it's a unit, but there are
Right.
no you just kind of assign the numbers however you want, but there's only one box. So
Right.
it's not per unit. And that's how quite a few most of the housing on my block is like that. So it's not like it's a box per unit. So even though we're one building, there are 2 units and there's a box. There's one box for each building. So my mail would have to be mixed in with my neighbors, like
Right.
the landlord's basically mail, and I'm like, "You don't need to know all that." Like, what do
Real
we
talk.
it's
That ain't right.
too
That ain't right, yo.
yeah, and then I just when you see just garden variety mail carriers finally arriving at, like, 9:30 PM,
No.
I'm
With the
like
headlight on
yeah,
the
I'm
helmet?
like, "Nah,
Nah,
I
B.
ain't never getting mail." You know what I mean?
I be feeling for them.
I do
Like, homie, you
too.
delivering now?
Yeah, like, "Damn, when did you start, and are you getting a break?"
Yo, it's
Whew.
not right, B.
Yeah,
You know
so
what? You deserve that $30,000, homie. Good for you. You know what I
No,
mean?
no, don't steal my check. No, I'm not saying he deserves it. I'm saying that is why I don't trust them boxes
Yeah, nah, I'm with you.
because I don't have what's my recourse? It's just like, oh, you're in box number 5. And I'm like, I mean, I think, I don't know.
Yo, it's
Yeah.
wild because like this is super New York, but like whenever like Gabby and I go through this thing now where we're like constantly house shopping
Mhm.
and she keeps, this is the argument that I lose on New York on. But
Okay.
like, my dream is to have a yard. Not because I want a yard,
Okay.
but because I want a deterrent from stealing my Amazon package.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
you know what I mean? Like, if your
Okay.
building is just steps and then your door, Amazon will still leave your shit like they in the suburb right there.
Yes.
And like, I've had to explain to Amazon people, I'm like, yo, you won't, they're like, yo, there's a picture of your package.
And
I'm
it's
like,
just
yeah, but
on the
like,
street. Yeah.
yeah, I'm
Yeah.
like, in Brooklyn, that's just outside, homie. Like,
Yeah.
they got the same access, my G.
Right.
You know what I mean? So like, I just want literally like the 15 feet where like, yo, if you gonna steal it, yo, you earned it at least. Like, I made a
Yeah, you came
decision.
down here and right,
Yeah.
yes.
You opened the gate door, you went inside, but like, I'm like, yo, homie, this is too close. So like, Gabby be like, yeah, you know, we could get that, you know, anywhere else.
I mean, I get that. I understand that. Like, yeah, anywhere else you could get a yard and they have to go into the fencing and blah blah blah. If you have fencing,
Right.
which a lot of folks don't. But the thing about that is people will still run up on your house
Yeah,
and
they'll still
steal
run
it.
up on the
Like,
yard.
they still will steal.
Real
Like, it's
talk.
the mindset is different just because the layout is different, but
Right.
the mindset is also the same of like, "Imma get this shit."
Real talk.
Yeah. So that's why it's kind of funny with, like, Ring cameras, like, how far out they can shoot. Right? So, but when someone, building on my block has, like, a Ring camera on their thing, like, I'm like, "You probably are getting blocks and blocks of stuff considering the reach of these cameras because 'cause we're all up on each other." Whereas if you have a yard, you're getting, like, the expanse of your your land. But, I mean
Oh, that's awesome.
yeah.
We had somebody steal a package once, and like, I didn't have the camera, but my corner store did. So I was like, yo,
Mhm.
can I see, the footage? You mind helping me out? And he shows me the footage. And like, to your point, like, he clearly didn't have a read of how far these cameras go. Cause like,
Okay.
I saw him covered up, New York style, was winner,
Right.
sees the package, goes in, takes it. I wasn't even mad at it.
Right.
What got me mad and like made me laugh at the same time is that like, he got out, crossed the street,
Mhm.
and then just saw someone he knew. And there's footage of this dude just having a convo. And like, he just got comfortable because he's like, there's no way that shit is still recording me. I'm good.
Right.
He was just chilling. Like, I watched this dude have literally like a 5 minute, yo, how you
Oh.
been?
Oh my
Holding my
god.
box, chilling, dapping up.
That's
That shit
so
crazy.
funny and
Real talk.
terrible, but funny.
You're like, yeah, you be, I'm chilling, you know what I mean? Just taking that box from that dude. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, yeah, that's what I mean, like, these cameras literally must look into the houses, like, and we're so all up on each other that
yo,
that's insane. That's so funny.
real talk, man. Yo, shouts to Jersey. Uh, enjoy that 30K out there. That goes far. You can buy a house or something
Nah,
in certain
man,
parts of the
stay
country.
under the jail. Don't be going through the mail and taking people's checks. Look, if you are getting a check in the mail, you're
Yo,
old. You're old. That's the only thing you trust, or you're dealing with some old like, you need that check. Do you
nah, that's
understand?
real. That's real.
If you are more free and easy with your money, you probably doing Cash App, Venmo, Zelle shit. But if you are waiting on a check in the mail, time has stopped until that check comes in.
Real
So I
talk.
feel for everybody who, I mean, you've heard those horror stories of like some mail carrier is either arrested or fired or something because someone went to their house and opened a garage and it's just up to the ceiling, just packed with mail they never delivered.
Yeah,
Like,
yo, that's just bananas.
yeah. So
Giving no fucks about their neighbors.
went through it and was like, this is a check, going holding it up to the light and shit. Yeah, there's a special place in hell for you, but also them, I don't trust them cluster boxes either. So
Also, shouts to Sewell, New Jersey. Never heard of this town before.
Oh, so yeah, Sewell, yeah.
Yeah, notable people. They have Elwood, who was the winner of the world's ugliest dog in 2007.
Okay.
You know what I mean? That's
One of those
solid.
dogs where the tongue always hangs out?
Yeah.
Yeah, those dogs are always gonna win.
Tara Lempinski, Olympic figure skater,
Oh,
gold
yeah.
who else we got? Tony D'Angelo, NHL defensive man for the Philadelphia Flyers.
Yeah, I feel like it's gonna be all hockey players from this point on. Did you look up the city? You looked up the city? Yeah,
Oh
I
man,
feel like that's what it's gonna be.
yo, shouts to them though. Real talk, they doing their thing out there. They got an NFL fullback, Ryan D'Ampero.
Yeah, I mean, that's just
Yeah, that's
stationary hockey. Yeah.
real talk. Yo, just stand still. Yeah, you can't skate, you play football now.
Yeah, right.
Just hit the same amount of people. Just do it on
Yeah,
this grass.
yeah,
Don't worry
yeah.
about it. Amy Wang, table tennis player who competed at the Summer Olympics.
Oh, I remember that name.
Rock on. Look at that. That's solid for a little
That's a
town.
lot of athletes.
Yeah, real talk.
They probably, weren't getting their mail, so they had nothing else to do but play sports. Out there, they were just out in the street playing sports, waiting for the
That's
mail
how
to
they
come.
real talk. That's how their mom be like, yo, be outside and wait for the mailman.
Yeah.
What am I gonna do? I don't care. Play
I
table
don't
tennis.
do
Drag it out.
something. Play, yeah. I don't know.
Yo, because the total population, 3,346.
Oh, wow.
Like,
Okay.
it's small.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So I was
So
surprised.
so that's a lot of he did this over a few years. That's a lot of trust. That's probably
Yo,
why they didn't check for them keys.
real talk.
Because they honestly were probably like, we only got like 5 of these boxes anyway. We only got like 2 apartment complexes.
You good.
Yeah,
Real
we
talk.
good.
Yo,
Yeah, we
take that
trust
key
you.
home, B. You good. You know what I
Deliver it
mean?
when you can. They ain't going nowhere.
Yo, if you steal 30,000 from a town with 3,000 people, you robbed everybody. Personally.
Everybody. Probably robbed from yourself.
Yo, that's wild. Like, when you
That's
do the math, like, I took
insane.
$10 from you,
Like
you.
like children didn't
Yo.
get their $10 in their birthday cards from grandmothers. This guy was thorough. That's why ain't nobody talking. The small town. They're like, nah, he did it, but we ain't gonna say nothing because yeah, that whole town gotta shut up.
Yeah, he a thief, but like I was at his christening. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
You gotta
right.
let that slide, dude.
Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, respect, yo. That's how I'm becoming a fan of this dude more and more.
No, don't. He's still evil. Even if he stole from an entire town.
I guess I'm becoming a fan of the community around him. I think that's kind of dope. It's like they're seeing the best in the worst person. You know what I mean?
I
They still
guess.
think there's a future there. You know what I mean?
I mean, I understand now what a sleepy little town means. Like they just slept on everything.
Oh man! In other news, Medicaid keeps getting more popular as Republicans aim to cut it by $800 billion.
Oh, great.
Uh,
Cool.
Medicaid has always been pretty popular, which is why the latest numbers are even more surprising. We actually are seeing a pretty significant uptick in Medicaid popularity, according to pollster Ashley Krisinger. Medicaid has 83% publicly favorable views, versus 77% earlier this year in January. With that said, support has risen amongst Republicans to cut Medicaid. Even though
No.
Republicans,
What? Where?
yeah, the largest uptick we saw in favorability of Medicaid over the past couple months was amongst Republicans. 3 and 4 Republicans now say they view Medicaid favorably.
Right.
That popularity boost comes as many more people are hearing about Republican cuts to Medicaid in the
Oh,
news.
the politicians. Got it.
Yeah, people cool, politicians
Politicians?
not.
All right. Got it. All right.
Yeah, it's amongst the most difficult political issues for Republican lawmakers trying to navigate narrow majorities in both houses of Congress to pass their tax bill. The legislation, officially named One Big Beautiful Bill Act, passed the House.
I
And
can't believe they call it that. I'm sorry. I'm
real
sorry.
talk, yo,
It's so stupid. What a dumb. What a child. How do you? It's a big, beautiful act. It's so big and beautiful. Use your words. Use your
yo,
words. You don't know one word. Is budget too much for you?
you got every other B word in there,
Yeah.
but budget.
But budget. It's the budget. Don't put
Yo,
big, beautiful bill. Why are you talking to us like we're Amelia Bedelia? Stop it.
this is
I'm
how they be
sorry.
getting it by the public though. You
Yeah,
go to
because
the
the
poll,
public's
you
stupid, but
tired.
I didn't know we were still like picture book stupid.
Real talk. They getting it by I'm telling you. You show
Boo.
up, you after work at 7 p.m., you voting, you voted for your candidate, and then like that last page,
Yeah,
they
you
like
just like,
you just
yes,
flicking.
no, I didn't even pay attention to what I was supposed to do.
Real
Okay.
talk. And that just says one big beautiful bill. That sound nice. Flick.
I hate it. Yeah, no, I mean, I see. He is it's stupid marketing, but it seems to work.
Real talk.
Um, but man, I just watching all of these politicians fit their mouths around big beautiful bill to
Telling
win
you.
like it's called the big beautiful bill. You're idiots.
Hey,
Anyway, carry on.
according to Kersinger, attitude towards the bill is really subjective to the messaging. Two out of three people view the bill unfavorably. But if you tell people that it would decrease funding for, not but pardon me, if you tell people that it would decrease funding for local hospitals, unfavorability increases nearly 8 in 10. If you tell people it would increase the uninsured population by 10 million, unfavorability increases to 3 and 4. Republican lawmakers have downplayed the projected financial impact to rural hospitals and the number of people who would become uninsured, aiming to frame the proposed changes as targeting those who don't deserve coverage. Every vulnerable American who needs Medicaid should be protected and have access to care, according to Brett Guthrie, who chairs the Energy and Commerce Committee and sold the proposal in an opinion piece for Fox earlier this month.
Um, whatever, man. Like, I don't know. I mean, it's up to the Senate. The Senate now is like, hey, you gotta fucking these kind of cuts or something. Hopefully, it will go back and forth and then just die.
Real talk.
A lot of shit dies, and yeah, like the Senate certainly wasn't going to just be like, yeah, whatever the House said, that'll work. So yeah, they got their own thoughts, and then I think they have to rework it and maybe try to go back and forth. But I mean, they also pushed the discussion and the vote and that for that bill to 1 in the morning to keep
Yo,
people from like arguing against it in a way where it could be captured on C-SPAN, where
they
people could see it. So like they're not above doing that kind of shit.
real talk.
And I don't know what to do anymore. And the whole it's a lot. Everything coming at you. It is a lot. But that is so upsetting.
They
But what
sneaking shit by us, man. Pay attention.
yeah, but I mean, what do I mean, I guess we just keep using our no king sign. I don't know.
Or
Just keep marching. I'm not sure. I mean, I'm not 100% sure that's my ministry to be out in the streets. Like um it's good for powers that be to know that we don't like you or
right,
fuck with you or anything like that, but with the way that's been looking of who's being turned loose onto people who are protesting, I find it best that I stay home.
real talk. For your safety, homie.
Yeah, I think, my talents could be probably used better elsewhere.
Real talk. I'm a protest in these emails,
Right.
but I'm
Yeah,
gonna keep my door closed, homie. Uh,
absolutely.
I
Yes.
respect y'all like gangster, but
Yeah,
like
absolutely. Yeah, go
I
out
got
there and
kids. You ain't gonna
put
see me
your
holding any signs.
put your body on the line if you want to, but I will I'll just keep leaving messages for my Congress people. Well, maybe I'll just do that. Maybe I'll just jam up their phones. Maybe that's maybe more where I probably shine.
we got something for us. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's our future.
Yeah.
Finally,
Hmm.
the law's coming our way on this one. New York City bodega cats are currently illegally in stores, but not after this new bill. That's right. They're cute and cuddly and teach people about personal boundaries. Cats have always been a fan favorite in homes, on the streets of New York, and especially at 8 a.m. when you're getting a bacon, egg, and cheese. This is a lot of pre-writing before the writing. But technically, your favorite bodega cat may not legally be allowed in a bodega. New bill is looking to change that. New York City Council member Keith Powers introduced legislation Friday to legalize bodega cats. The legislation aims to update the New York City Health Code to officially allow cats in bodegas. Bodega cats help keep shops clean by keeping away rats and mice and are symbolic of what makes New York truly unique. While cats and bodegas have seemingly always gone together, their relationship has been popularized through TikTok. Oh, rock on! I didn't even realize this. Comedian Michelle Adana has gone through, around visiting different New York City delis across 5 boroughs to interview both the store owner and, of course, the cat that presides there. I didn't realize she
Yeah,
was in this
there's
article. That's
a
what's up.
whole write-up in the New York Times about this shop cat show where it talks to the guy who, came up with the idea for it and pitched it
Yeah.
to wherever he was working, and then got, Michelle Adana to host it and, with the popularity of it and that kind of thing.
Real
Um,
talk. Look at that. The
yeah, I
coach is
mean,
out here.
look, yeah, I you probably should go ahead and make it legal, but, you know, I know why they're there, but then again, I also don't get sandwiches from bodegas, so this doesn't fully affect me. I know why they're there, and I say, "Yeah, keep them there." Keep the
They
mice
belong
out,
there.
keep them rats out, all of that
Real
shit.
talk.
But I can also see how if you're walking in, if you're not steeped in bodega, lore, if
Right.
you walk into a place and you see that they are making sandwiches, but then you also see a cat just
Right.
walking around, you're probably a little like, what?
Why?
This cat is because it's a cat. Some people are very funny about who makes their food and what animals are nearby, and is there gonna be cat hair in my cheese? And, you
I gotta
know,
tell you, I've never seen a cat in the sandwich area though. They're pretty
uh,
respectful of that.
I mean, not all of them. Those are the
You know what I
ones
mean?
but
Well, I mean, hey, there's bad apples everywhere, shot, okay?
yeah, yeah, but I'm not trying to shit on the idea of a bodega cat. I'm just saying I understand why someone would come in and be like, "Ew, this is gross." Like, I get why someone would be that way.
I'm pro bodega cat. I think they're respectful. I think they know it's a position of authority and reverence
Sure.
in their community. I think the other cats get jealous, low key. Like, yeah, nah, he got work. You know what I mean? He out here providing.
I mean,
Um,
part of the reason I think bodega cats begat street cats and vice versa. I think they're 2 sides of a coin there,
real talk.
I think so. I mean, I'm always happy to see a bodega cat because I'm thinking, "Good, then they care about the mice and rat situation
Yeah,
in the thing." Sure, that's fantastic. But like I said, not everybody is steeped in like bodega lore. That's not the average thing.
I guess because to me, when I see a bodega cat, they are taking care of that problem, but it's not because mice and rats get to the sandwiches. The sandwich part is usually like contained,
Right,
but
yeah.
they're keeping mice away from stuff that isn't sandwiches that are in the
Right.
store, like
Yes.
chips.
Right.
You know what I mean, or like whatever else is like a delicate container. You know what I
Uh-huh.
mean that they could get through. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Just let them. I don't know. I don't know why mice want potato chips and cats don't, but they work
Uh,
that out.
yeah. No, I get it. I totally get it. I'm just saying, if you are listening and you're like, "Why are there cats in stores where because that's why.
That's
I
why.
I know it can seem wild. I It can seem wild, and, that's all I'm saying, but
No,
I'm totally fine with it, but I also because I mean, this could be someone who, if you saw a cat in someone's house, you wouldn't have that thought, or maybe you would, depending on how they kept house, But
really, my differentiator, like, if you own a cat,
Mhm.
I'll eat at your house as long as I notice that there's a difference between the dishes. Like, there's certain cat people that I'll notice that, like, after a while, they're like, "Oh, it's the same thing," and it's not.
What do you
Like, they'll
mean? What's the
like
same thing? Like the cat
like,
eats
there
off of the people dish?
yeah, like, there's, like, dishes, they're like, "Well, I just put them in the dishwasher so they're clean." And
Oh,
I'm like,
no, yeah,
"Nah,
we
like,
don't do
once a
that.
cat
Mm-mm.
eat from that
No.
dish, that's a cat dish."
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So yeah, if I pay attention to that,
Mhm.
and if I see that they're different plates, you're using different cups,
Right,
then we
yeah.
good.
Yes, sure. I
So I
like this
figured bodegas is the same.
well, yeah, I guess, but, it's just it's I understand why people, because there are people who don't like cats.
That's fair.
Yeah, I mean,
Would you be cool with a bodega dog?
a bodega dog can't necessarily, unless it's a terrier, they're probably not that good with, keeping rats and mice out. Maybe just the smell of them might keep away rodents. But the thing with dogs are they don't have the ability to just fucking jump to the top of the cats. Like
Right.
cats get everywhere, and
Yeah, they get busy.
that's a definite. If you had a dog and you get a cat, that's a thing where you got to be like, oh shit, this cat can just get up on a thing. Whereas you can do stuff with a dog around because you're like, this dog ain't gonna jump up on the fucking table and no, yeah, and let
Real talk.
yeah, it can. It just doesn't more often than not, but a cat can and will.
Real
So
talk.
that's
And they won't
there's
even ask you. They'll just do
no, absolutely, and they'll be like, "What are you screaming about?" So
it.
yeah, like it's just I just want to acknowledge for the people who are like, "What are they? Why would you?" That's that is why, and hopefully they legalize it, but that also will probably mean like, um, you got to get shots and shit, or you have to. There's probably some paperwork. I don't know if there's going to be a cleanliness factor. Who knows? What does that even look like?
Yo, if you would like to help get these cats social security numbers, okay?
Yeah, that's the
Get them
other thing. They
registered.
working.
They working, you know what I mean? They
They
should
gotta
get
pay
pensions.
taxes.
They got to pay taxes. You know what I mean? Sign them up for their 401 cats. You know what I mean?
All right, I'm gonna disconnect right now. Unacceptable. Unacceptable. Don't let him no, don't let him get away with that. That's unacceptable.
All you have to do is like and subscribe to the show, baby.
No, you
Through
know what?
Apple, Spotify.
Unfollow. Unfollow. We'd have it coming. This week we'd have it coming. Check back on us in a couple of days, but for today, unfollow. Send a message. Send a message to Gastor on that one.
Oh man. If you're an Apple or Spotify listener, we appreciate your ratings 4 stars. I understand. I'm sorry. Real talk. I went too far. Okay. 5 stars, probably not happening this week. You know what I mean? I crossed the line. Okay. I'm sorry.
Oh
I will
boy.
do better going forward.
Yeah.
Okay. You know what I mean? If you have any articles you want us to cover, please DM us directly on Twitter or Instagram at Silky Junkin Bow or at Gastor Almonte. Shout out to Sweet to Lori McDaniel. With all that said, oh, and shout out to Michelle Adana popping off with this campaign. It's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah,
dope. Real talk.
congrats on all the press. I
Real
mean, the
talk.
Times, that's good
I did
stuff.
I did a live version of the Bodega Cat Show once, and like she for real brought in a cat, and like it wasn't like her cat. Like she interviewed a new cat. Like
Right.
so, the owner came out with her bodega with her cat,
Mhm.
and the audience is into it. She has like a super curated demo. I was like, yo, my people wouldn't come for this
Wait,
to like watch you talk to a
there's
cat.
like a bodega show where
Yeah,
'cause
like she does a live show, there's stand
oh,
up,
okay, because
and
she's
then
also going to the TikTok
yeah,
things
it's
are
all
going up. Oh, okay, it's like a whole got it.
yeah, it feeds into it. She does the live show where like she'll interview animals, including the cat, and then she does the bodega cats, as y'all know from IG and TikTok, where like
Right.
she'll go into bodegas. But nah, she's doing her thing. Real talk, that's fire.
Mhm.
Love seeing comics get money, get out there. You know what I mean?
I
Maybe
like to see him
assume
get shine. I don't know how much money there is in but you know what? I love that you assume that when there's shine, there's money. Good for
real
you.
talk. I'm putting it out there for her in the
Good.
world. You
Yeah,
deserve it.
let's.
Okay?
I want that to be the case, but
Real talk. I hope you eating. You know what I mean? At the very least, I hope the cats are eating. Okay?
yeah, someone
You know
should
what I
eat.
mean? Somebody should eat. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? With all that said, I am the inspired, okay, by the newly employed kitties.
Okay.
You know what I mean? Gastor Almonte. You know what I mean? They out there, they putting their time in. With keeping the dogs at home, okay? She don't want them working. She don't
No,
think they
they
can do
just
the
got
job.
jobs at home. My cat works. The reason I
Yo.
got her is a business contract to keep the rodents away.
Shalewa, what's up? Now you think when Lucinda's out on vacation, they talk to like, oh, you like a bodega? Yeah, it's kind of like that, but it's in a
a
house.
house.
You know
Yeah,
what
it's
I
like
mean?
not as many sandwiches, a lot more pasta. But
How do you get that job? It's like you got to know somebody to know somebody. You know what I mean? I kind of just fell into it. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Does she know anyone else? Oh, that's fire. This is one of the most eclectic episodes of the War Force.
Sure.
Catch y'all next time. We started with soccer. Right?
Started with sport. Yeah, this was our sports. this is what it's going to end up with. Starts with sports, ends with cats.
Amen, yo. Peace.